Hi, everybody. Let's see. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Ma. See if that shows people in here. Oh, it shows 4, including myself. How y'all doing tonight? Trying to get to the messages so I can see it on my tablet, just in case they scroll by super fast. So, how's everyone tonight? How you feeling, Ma? We had a Fenton meeting today in Colorado Springs. Our ladies got together and chatted and visited this afternoon, so that was fun. And I'm just doing a chat tonight. Don't know. Did the notifications go out? Should have. So check on the lag and see how it's going. Oh, your mom's falling asleep in here. I wish I could, but has some more packing to do. I sat still for a little while and did one of my sorting things that I needed to do for finishing packing. So, hi Geneva, how are you? How is the snow? How deep is it currently? I think it was like 65 today. I don't know if it's supposed to be nicer tomorrow and then we're supposed to get snow again. But hey, I am heading out for my Alabama show. So I'm hoping to be leaving before the snow gets here. So, and then I might end up running into some rain in Alabama. We'll see how it goes. See how well they're forecasting these things. So, okie dokie, Bonnie. Since I'm leaving tomorrow morning, it won't be going out until after I get back, though, because I have to head out in the morning. Right? I still have not too much, but we still have ice in our front yard. So all the snow that has melted is then frozen again into ice. So, hi, Sandy. How are you? Sandra. I like Sandy. Do you go by Sandy? That comes off my tongue so much faster. Did you get your box? I sent it out this week. I think I did. Yeah, I did. So maybe it's not gotten to you, or I don't know. I don't know when I sent. I mailed it. I have no idea when it should be arriving. So, but it should be on its way regardless. So I was just going to do a little update on, you see, I just want to sit here like this. It's so attractive and flattering. So my van is loaded down. We've been putting boxes in. I had to pick up, sounds good. We picked up some more empty boxes to finish packing. So I need to finish packing my suitcase, a little bit of, hi Kathy, welcome. I think about 3 to 4 banana-sized boxes. There's Jeff. And I'm hoping that'll be close enough to done because I have a few already packed that we have to put in. The next layer will be 1 layer of 3 more banana boxes. We'll finish that layer. Then we can put in the shelves, and then we have to put in the last layer above it. So after that, we'll see if there's any more room for anything else to fit in the van. So hi, Laura, welcome. And I have to say thank you to everyone again for that came to the pop-up sale at Mom's last Thursday. Everybody, I got the invoicing done and almost everybody paid by Sunday night or Monday morning. So I got all the shipping out. I have 2 more to drop off at the post office on my way out of town that are already packed up. So, and it's great. It feels good to be that is done and I don't have to worry about it while I'm gone. So there's that. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. So I don't know. I didn't have a specific topic or theme or anything like that. I just figured I'd come on and do a little chat with everybody. Yeah, that's it. Mom loves that they're going somewhere where everybody loves it, her items, so that's cool too. Um, shoot, if you got any questions for me, put them in the chat. Where we'll be heading to Stevens. So, oh yeah, I know. It's just what happens. I'm gonna try and hit a different day for April, other than a Thursday for moms. Try and get one scheduled so we can do an April sale for her, another pop-up. And let's see, where was I going? Oh, I'm going to Stevens. So my trip is going to the show I'm going to is called the Beautiful Table Settings Bash. So we call it BTS for short. And it is in Wetumpka, Alabama, which is north of Montgomery. So I will be driving and heading over and staying at Stevens. Hi, Scratch Master, welcome. And on Saturday, I'm going in to see what we need to do with our booth that's there at Stevens Antique Mall. Because he's done all that work for us, putting everything up. Need to see if we need to rearrange, take stuff out, take stuff to the show, if I have room to put more in. But both him and Barb will have a trailer from Alabama. So if we need to take some of that with us, we'll have room to put that in. And then we set up on Sunday. Then they have a convention, which are 2.5 days long. So the first one is Monday, Tuesday, half of Wednesday, and the second one is half of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then Saturday, we're also going to be open to the public. And then we get to pack up. I'm going to meet up with Paula after that. She's going to come over from Georgia. We're going to hang out for a little while. And then I get to visit my friend in Pensacola on the way home and take the southern route home through Texas again, like I didn't have enough Texas a couple weeks ago. So that's basically the plan for the show. And I mean, as soon as we get back, a week later is Easter, and a week after that, we have an event at the lodge, which is a big spring meal. And then a week after that, we head out to Springfield, Missouri for a Fenton show. So it's like our jumping off point, and we pretty much have something going on once a month from here on out in terms of live in-person shows. So, and yeah, I know we did a lot. We will do a lot. So, also, I mean, Jeff and I have a lot of nieces and nephews. We have 13 of them, and 2 more are graduating from high school. One got her associates, another one's graduating from college. So we're going to have a lot of those kind of spring activities to mix in as well. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get to go to the college one because it's up in Canada. I just don't think we can get there in enough time to go celebrate with her. So you can only do what you can do. We can try. So we're going to work on getting to as many of those events as possible. So and then it's right into full swing summertime and all that jazz. So it's never ending. It's a lot of packing. I have dishes stacked on my countertop, from the countertop to right up to under the cabinets that I need to finish packing tonight. And I have a stack on the floor that goes. They're the plastic ones though. They're like the what would we call them? I don't know what you call them. They're plastic ones. They're cute little bunny designs that would be fun for spring. So yes, sounds good. Yeah, because I'm going just under Oklahoma all the way up to New Mexico. So it's funny how there's so many different ways to go, and there's a couple different shops I would like to stop at on the way to and from, because certain ones I only get to once a year, and I want to make sure that I get to go to them. Hi, Mary Beth, welcome. So yeah, I mean, I think the big push basically is to get it all packed here and get it in my car so I can get on the road. And then when I get to Stevens, it won't feel like such a push and so much needs to be done. It'll be him doing it instead. So from his last minute stuff while I'm there. So I think Mom is really excited about looking ahead, and we've got a plan for while I'm gone. Jeff's gonna probably move some boxes for her as she gets things ready and moved around. We crammed the glass booth. Mom priced a bunch. I put it out. We have that all full, so hopefully that'll last look nice for the about 2.5 weeks while I'm gone. And she's supposed to go in and do some sprucing up while I'm gone. Oh yes, that's true. I would be afraid I'd fall asleep a little bit. Can't get too comfy while you're driving. My chair is pretty comfortable. Speaking of which, Ma, if you're in the chat, remind me that I need to show you pictures of stuff from Sandy was talking about doing some of those dog bone shaped pillows. So yes, thank you, Anna, for reminding to do the thumbs up. Appreciate that as well. Oh, Mom's been researching things. Yeah, we had our meeting today, and I got, I had a whole list of things for Fenton meeting today, and I got all those things out, and I took 6 more boxes to my booth and got that spruced up a little bit. I finished pricing some more of the little McDonald's toys and stuff that we had brought over from Mom's because I wanted to change out. See, I know, that's why I told her you needed a couple, so you're gonna have to remind me to look for she sent me some pictures of fabric, so remind me to look at that. And so I was going to change out all the McDonald's toys because the ones that have been out there since January, so almost 2 months. I figure we're just going to switch them totally out. So I dumped out everything into an empty tub and filled them all back up again. So there's all new little toys out for that, and put out a couple more boxes of some vintage Fisher Price and a couple things. I just keep throwing stuff in a box as I find it around here while I'm going through stuff that goes out to the booth. So I filled up mine, rearranged a little bit, so that's good too, even though it took some time today. But I knew I wasn't able to get there yesterday. I tried, but just didn't happen. So hi, Linda, welcome. Just kind of doing a little chat tonight, catching up with everybody. There's no way that I want to ask you all to do a sale tonight and then say, hey, you won't get it shipped out for over 3 weeks. So we're just taking a night off from sales. I am going to have my lives while I'm gone. So I'm hoping that I can find some good stuff for you all as I'm traveling, because I'm not taking anything with me. We're just going to see what I find while we go. So for those 2 Tuesday nights, while I am away from home. And what else? I don't know anything else. Lots of packing left to do. Yeah, I figured it was just easier. Oh, Miss Paula messaged me this afternoon and said she was going to go celebrate a friend of hers' birthday this evening. So I said, perfect. I'm just going to have a chat, so no worries whatsoever. She's hanging out and partying with her friends, so that's cool. Yeah. So now I'm like, what else was I gonna say? and every time I turn around, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to put this on my list. I need to put that on my list. So I think I'm working my way down all the lists of getting things pulled together too. So yeah. I know, she works so hard. So that's why it's also going to be fun to meet up with her after the show and hang out for a little while. We're going to go do some snooping and just visit and relax a little bit after that long show. It'll be fun to hang out. So Yep, I know. And Mom, I have your sticky note right here taped to my desk. So after, also write on your list pillows and your sticky note to talk to me about tonight. That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, it's the crazy part is getting ready for it, and then the big push will be setting it up. The show itself will be busy, but not as crazy like physical activity as the setting it up. And then the tear down will be interesting because there's four of us sharing a large space, which is eight 8-foot tables wide. Then we're going to do 2 6-foot tables out, and then 8 6-foot tables across the front. So it'll kind of be like a U shape with a walkway between the two sets of tables. And so we're going to have to all find all of our stuff again for packing it up at the end of that. So there'll be a free for all when we do that. So the plan is to hopefully not be near as heavy coming back, because that would be awesome. Hopefully, I mean, it was a really good show for us last year. So 3 of us have been there before, myself, Barb, and Steven. And then our friend John Walk is coming to participate this year with us. So everybody's bringing different stuff. So it kind of complements each other really well. I mean, John really likes the Fenton, and obviously he's written the books. So he's got a lot of silver and Fenton and dishes and china dishes and depression glass. Barb has everything all over the board. John also has linens, I think. Stephen kind of goes between the Fenton and then into some of the newer items for because it's BTS, so beautiful table settings. So anything that you can set a table with. Hi, LaDonna. You know, centerpieces, place settings, the silver, the serving pieces, name cards, place cards, the little favor cups, flower frogs, the glassware, drinkware, napkins, napkin rings, linens, all of those kind of things is basically what people will be there for this convention. Barb's got is like all over the place. She's been buying more this last year for the china and patterns that way, because there's a lot of people who like specific patterns or specific colors. There's a Facebook group, Beautiful Table Settings, or BTS. And lots of people will share their favorite, hi Kristen, their favorite china or a new pattern they found and stuff like that. And then they all share their tables that they have set for different holidays or festivities or special events like birthdays and anniversaries and such. So hi Angela, good to see you. I'm glad somebody's getting to go to bed. I have a couple good hours of packing left tonight. So I've kind of concentrated on, they like to do the plate stack. So like a charger, a dinner plate, salad plate, bread and butter plate kind of stacks. So you see the different rings of color or pattern. And I've concentrated on getting that last top plate in terms of a lot of what I'm bringing to the show, along with some Fenton, and I've been throwing napkin rings in a box for the last year too. So who knows what's going to come out by the time I get there. And Mom had I think we set aside about 12 boxes of her stuff from her garage. That's china and such for that as well. Yes, they do. I set up fresh floral displays? No, but they're like people there. They do seminars, because for the convention portion of it is they're doing seminars like ikebana and floral centerpieces, which is kind of one and the same. Napkin folding, how to iron and press and store your linens, how to properly clean your silver and store it. What else did they do? They did like good, better, best, like centerpieces. And in the South, like a best centerpiece was like 4 to 5 feet tall on the table. And a good one was, a foot and a half, 18 inches tall. So, yeah. So this convention is called Beautiful Table Settings Bash, or the BTS Bash, and it's just north of Montgomery, Alabama, in Wetumpka. Yeah. So there's a lot of, and I know there's got to be something else. So there's like so they have the different like speakers throughout their convention, and then they bring in the vendors like us. So we were the only people that had like a big variety of vintage and antique and so on and so forth, like heritage kind of items last year. They had somebody who was monogramming napkins and runners. They had someone who has specialized in like a grandma's cleaning solution for whitening your linens. They had somebody who specialized in the silver. And so there's a lot of those kind of specialized vendors as well that will be there. And I think they're saying there's 26 different vendors this year. So yeah, it's kind of fun. So right there, one of the things that like my grandma did is she would iron her table runner and then she rolled it over a paper towel tube and then stored it in like a plastic bag. So that was kind of fun to get that. There we go. Yes. Right, because you'll end up with the same kind of creases. So they did their napkin folding class. Like when I find a lot of napkins and linens at estate sales, they have like almost permanent presses in their napkins and linens because they've always been folded the same way or always been pressed the same way. And one of their big things is like being very creative and over the top and folding like, well, and we just had our tea at the lodge. So one of the ladies there, she folded her napkins into these little rosebuds and it set right out into the teacup. It was super cute. Yes, tablescapes are amazing. But I mean, when you have 10, 12-foot ceilings, you can do that kind of stuff. Mine are 8 foot and you could never see across the table if you did that. Yeah. It's hard to climb all through those snowdrifts and get your seatbelt on. I understand, Geneva. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's interesting. It's a little bit to the side of what we normally do, but all the things that we normally take to in-person shows really lend itself well to what they're doing at their show as well. And both John and Barb really enjoy the china and the dishes and the obviously the depression glass as well. That's what my mom and my great aunt and uncle did as well. So I've seen a lot of dishes in my day. So yeah, it is. It's interesting because it's what I do find really interesting is that different parts of the country um just do things differently in terms of how they celebrate, how their traditions are, how grand they are. Um, like certain things in Colorado don't sell in Alabama. Stuff in Alabama doesn't sell in Colorado. It's really an interesting mix when you start moving around the country to do these shows. And since Steven lives in Alabama, we have a foot in the door. He's like, bring this with you, bring that with you. It's selling down here. So that's really, um, it's like insider information. So, oh yeah, that would be pretty, Geneva. I love those little blue ones, little bitty blue ones that have like 4 or 5 petals. They're really long stems. They just have that little bitty flower on the top. Those are wildflowers. I see them all the time on the sides of the highways. Mom loves the something lace. Queen's Anne lace. We don't have that around here. It's not wet enough. So, yeah, Mom likes doing the coordinating with the China pattern and pulling in a color on the pattern of the plate with the color of some depression glass to make a combination table. Yeah. Oh yeah, the daylilies too. Yeah. So that's the big goings on around here. So I've been working towards getting it all packed and all ready and all going, and I have piled up section to get out the door that I have to accomplish. So, oh yeah. Oh, that would be pretty. The cowboy boot. So, yeah, I will be popping in and out. I'm hoping to do, I don't know if I can do a pop-up at the convention because unless it would be at the last day on Saturday, because they have speakers throughout and we're in the same room as the speakers. So it's really kind of hard to have conversations on the side when the speakers are going on because they want everyone to pay attention to the speakers and not be rude. So, oh yeah. Like I love the crabapple blossoms. Those are really pretty too. I have a few lilacs in the backyard, but I don't see them very often, so I don't see them bloom all the time. They're right at the back of the house, actually right in this back corner, right outside. So I will see what I can do Saturday afternoon, especially if it gets if it's busy, I don't know what I'll be able to do. But just play it by ear. If nothing else, I want to do some video of the booth so we can at least, you guys can at least kind of see how this crazy monster booth turns out. So I just don't have any idea honestly how it's all gonna come together. We'll see how it does. So hi Joyce, welcome. Yeah, I mean it's not so much that I want to video the speakers, it's that they're on a loudspeaker PA system and you wouldn't be able to hear me talking in the booth. So that would be kind of a bummer. So I don't know if they're doing any sort of I don't know where I don't remember. I don't recall that they videotaped any of their speakers last year. They posted pictures of them on their Facebook group. Good night, Angela. Sleep well. I say, but I don't remember if they videotaped any of it. So some of them are really fun storytellers. So I suppose the second time around in the week will be a little less, enthralled with it. But maybe they'll change their stories up a little bit from the first session to the second session. I mean, it's a genius idea for them to have two conventions back to back because last year they just had one and they sold out. So they were trying to make more room so more people could come. So it'll just have to catch on a little bit more, I think. It's only the second year that they've done this, so right. I can't grow anything here. Our yard is so acid from the pine trees that nothing grows. So really? It's against the law to cut the thistles? Oh my goodness. Like those are like total weeds around here. Is it a state flower or something like that? Thank you, Joyce. Well, Mom's not going. She'll be here. She'll be here working and doing stuff at the house. And oh, they're endangered. Huh. Isn't that interesting? I yank them suckers out of the ground so fast. Hopefully before they get too big and too deep because they're awful. They grow here. I don't want them to, but yeah, so Mom will be working on the house and sprucing up the booth. Mom will be going later on with me to some other shows, so Right? That too. So, Barb is driving out from Parker. I'm driving out, and then we're all kind of meeting up around St. Louis area where John Walk is, and then we all be going down to Stevens, and then all four of us will be going from Stevens down to Wetumpka on Sunday morning. Right? I guess. I mean, there are people who just throw out like wildflowers all over their yard. We've tried so long just to get it to be minimal grass, even if it's crabgrass. As long as it's green and mowed, doesn't matter to me much what's in it anymore. So I just try and pull some of the big dandelions and the big thistles and the tumbleweeds. Good grief. Tumbleweeds are awful if they get too big because you just can't pull them out. So yeah, that's the updates for here. And my hope was to talk for, to be done for sure by 9 o'clock so I can keep working on my packing because I'm a really good procrastinator. I mean, I've got some done and I got a lot done in the last week, but still more to do. Hi, Becky. Oh my goodness. That's crazy that those roses are already blooming. The burdocks. I don't know what burdocks are. I've not heard that one. Oh, between here and Texas with tumbleweeds. Lots and lots of tumbleweeds. I was talking to Barb when I was driving and I'm like, oh, direct hit. So I'd run over another tumbleweed. So there was a lot, especially with all the wind that trip. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. So it'll be fun to see what I find on the way down there and or the first couple days. I think we'll probably, there won't be a lot of time to do much while we're there, but I think we'll be able to snoop a smidge. So we'll see. I know I usually work better under pressure, but I also have to have help loading the car. So that means I have to do it before Jeff is ready to fall asleep tonight too. So there's that. Oh yeah, totally. That's why we don't plant anything like people even on their front porches for like their flower, like the flower pots on the front porch. Nobody puts out anything or plants it until after Mother's Day here in Colorado because it'll usually will freeze. We've had it freeze after Mother's Day, but usually by Mother's Day you're pretty safe. So wild plums are blooming. Cool. Yeah, Steven's got allergies. He said there's a whole bunch of stuff blooming already down there. So the birds are here. Goodness, they are super loud already. So a few of them been up early in the morning. So I haven't seen much of anything. I know downtown, one of the gals from the lodge was saying that her crocuses and a few things like that, tulips were starting to come up. But my house faces the wrong direction, and the random one or two that we have left are still under snow. But we have snow all the time here. You just never know what you're gonna get. It's really fun to look up and see snow up on the mountain in the morning in the middle of the summer. So they got a little cold front up at that high elevation. So, but I appreciate everybody for coming and chatting for a while. Thank you all again for your support and for Mom's pop-up last week. I feel really good that that's all done and gone out to the post office, and I don't have to worry about that while I'm gone. So I'm feeling really accomplished there. Wow. Yeah, there's supposed to be some more rain coming. I'm hoping to drive out before we get too much of it here. So hopefully I'll be in front of it for a little while. So we'll see. You never know. It's kind of crazy weather out there. But thank you, Linda. Have a great night. So I think kind of the same thing, unless, oh, I saw something about Canada. Turkey poultries are back. Oh yeah, I saw those in Texas, a bunch of them in Texas. Thank you, Geneva. I appreciate it. Yeah, the peak was really pretty today because of the sky was so blue. And it was kind of gray the day before. So good night, Laura. Unless anybody has some specific questions or any other questions about what's going on, what we're doing, pretty much an open book on all that stuff. I don't, I'll be trying to do some video taping as I go, hoping to do a pop-up, and then I'll give you guys updates on Tuesday nights again. So next 2 weeks, I will be on the road. So you'll get to guess where I am when I'm doing my lives next week and the following week. It'll be like the old times from me and Mom being out all summer, being live on the road. So, right, Geneva? I know. Thank you so much, Sandy. I appreciate it. I want to go so many places, and it's just the time constraints are just so hard for doing these trips like that. So it's kind of a bummer when some of them are so far away. That's why I try and go one way in and then another way out, so I can kind of get some variety in the trip. So thank you, Becky. Appreciate it. So thanks, Kristen. Yes, I can't wait to go snooping. That's the fun part. Once you get on the road, you're like, oh, bet you that antique store has a bathroom and it's next to a gas station. Bonus. So it'll be interesting to see what we find to stop at. So, all right, everybody. I'm just going to cut it short because I know I have a lot of work to do, but I did want to at least have a little chat with everyone, give you all the updates of all the things that are going on. And so you guys know what to look forward to these next couple of weeks while I'm out running around and doing all the hard labor, moving the boxes, because Jeff's working this time too. So next Alabama trip, he gets to come with me and haul boxes. So that'll be good. So, all right. Thank you so much, everybody. And be on the lookout for my pop-ups next Tuesday. And we'll be scheduling a pop-up for Mom again in April. So, all right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.